Let's talk about the fear of being seen. I should honestly just make a fear playlist at this point because I feel like I've talked about fear so many times. So originally I had a completely different video idea planned for this week, but considering I missed an upload, I felt this was a more fitting topic since I missed an upload due to the fear of being seen. Basically, the engagement on my last video that I posted has been reasonably well for a channel my size. Between that video and a different video I've posted, I'm getting some subscribers, I'm getting some traction, which is great because that means I'm building a community, I'm building an audience base, and I'm actually getting to talk to somebody finally. Unfortunately, with the recent influx in subscribers, it's kind of unlocked this fear. Maybe not quite unlocked because I have always been aware of the fear of being seen, but I just didn't think it would apply to me in this situation. Or maybe I did and I just didn't realize it until now. I don't know. That's the whole point of me talking to you about it. Now, I know there are different causes for like the fear of being seen, but I am going to be talking about in perspective of like YouTube. We're not talking about trauma. That's a whole nother thing. So one of the perks of being a new or small channel is that you won't have a large audience. Maybe you don't have an audience at all. Of course, the goal is to get pushed out by the algorithm, get views, get subscribers, grow your channel, get bigger, get monetized, and all that shebang. But there is still a pro to being small. When you're small and new, there's no expectation on you because frankly, no one knows who you are. No one knows who I am. I'm a nobody. And when you're a nobody, you can practice your craft. I can practice making better videos. I can practice talking in front of the camera more. I can practice articulating my thoughts and feelings. It also means I can experiment with different video topics, try out some new techniques. Like in my last video, I tried out an intro. I don't know if you would necessarily call the beginning of this video an intro, but like I didn't do, the typical welcome back kind of intro. You know what I mean? I think in another video, maybe 2 videos, I tried the whole putting snippets of the video in the beginning, try and like entice the viewer type thing. I don't really know if that's my thing either, but I tried it. So I had the opportunity to try different techniques to see what feels like me. This is a random side note, but I do want to say I am grateful for everyone who has followed while my channel is still small, and especially if you've been here since like the beginning, if you've somehow found my video like a year 2 ago when I was still posting shorts, because I feel like now you get to witness me like changing and growing and getting better. And maybe it's the people pleaser in me, but like I hope you feel proud of me for sticking to it and like trying to get better. So I was really excited when I finally hit the 400 subscriber mark because for the longest time I felt like my channel was just stagnant. Every time I gained a couple of subscribers, Google would shut down accounts and I would lose them. And I know that's what the cause is because I could see it in my analytics. Closed accounts, 5. And I'm like, what the heck? So when I finally hit 400, and then when I finally surpassed 400, and then for a few days, it didn't go back down below, I was so excited because I was finally making progress again. And then I think I just figured out what the problem is. So up until now, my growth has been very gradual or stagnant, like I just said. And it would be like 1 subscriber a week, or maybe if I was lucky 3 in a week, and then I wouldn't get any the next week. It was very, very slow. But because it was so slow, I think I was able to somehow tell myself like it wasn't a big deal. It's just like, oh, the number went up by 1. But like I said, my last video, and then I have like this friendship video I released a while back, they have brought in like 10 plus in the past week, 2 weeks. And I was excited. That was a large jump for me. But I think now the fact that it was 10 plus people all at once, I think that's what's freaking me out. Because telling myself, oh, I have 1 new person who's joined the fam and they're going to watch my videos, it doesn't intimidate me. But thinking to myself, oh, 10 new people are now here, and thinking 10 people are all watching me at the same time, that's intimidating. I know on the social media scale, 400 people is not a lot. It is a very, very micro, nano, small following. I know that. But I like to think of it in terms of how many people are in a room with me. It doesn't matter how big of a room you're in. 400 people in a room with you, that's a shit ton of people. Even if I were to just think of it in terms of how many new subscribers I've got, thinking about it as, oh, I got one new subscriber in the room with me and it's just me and them, that's not scary to me. But thinking about it in terms of, oh, now there's 10 new people in the room with me and it's me versus them, I think that's where the intimidation comes from. See, this is why I said in my last video, this feels like therapy. Talking to you on the camera feels like therapy. So now that I've made the realization of that perspective, now that I have that point of view, I think I now understand where my fear of being seen came from, because now I feel like there's expectation on me. Now I feel like there's a pressure to perform in a sense. And I feel like there's a pressure to deliver. I feel like there's a pressure to satisfy you as the viewer, because I want you to stick around. I want you to be a part of my community. And in order for you to feel like you want to be a part of the community, you gotta like me. So now I have all of that pressure on me. And again, when it was just, oh, one new person, two new people, it wasn't so bad, because in the real world, talking one-on-one or 1 to 2, that's not too bad. Talking 1 to 10, trying to get 10 people to like me all at once, that's hard and scary. I have gone so far off of my script, which is good and bad, because like I am always afraid of like going on a tangent and rambling. So I need my script to keep me on track and to make sure I don't forget certain points. But it also hinders my talking. I get so worried about missing something and like missing a point that I just get so hung up on it. But now I'm talking freely. I like how I just said I need a script to keep me on track and not ramble, and I just rambled. Anyways, so stemming off the fear, realizing it's the number of people who have subscribed, that's kind of what's scaring me. It also just fuels the imposter syndrome that I have to fight off weekly, daily, hourly even. Okay, not necessarily hourly, that's just me being dramatic, but like, I think you get the point. Every few weeks, once a month, every other month, I end up having to have this conversation with my husband, and he has to like talk me down from a ledge because I am spiraling. I'm just like, oh my God, I got all these new people. Why do they want to hear what I have to say? Who am I to be talking about anything? Which is so weird because I only talk about my own experiences. And I think it's ridiculous that I feel like I have imposter syndrome about my own experiences. It doesn't make sense to me. But again, putting it into perspective of 10 plus new people who have joined the community. Last week, I was just back to questioning myself. What do these 10 people see in me? What are they expecting from me? Am I giving them what they want? Am I meeting their expectations? Am I delivering the content that they want? And the reasonable, logical side of me will say you probably are, because they chose to subscribe. They click the button of their own will. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but in my videos, I don't say like, follow, subscribe, ring the notification bell. I just don't say that. I might have said it in my very first video, like, I forget what the title of my own first video was. Anyways, I might have said it in that, but I don't think I have said it in any other video. Maybe my stupid Chick-fil-A video with my husband. But yeah, I just don't say it because I feel like at this point, if you're on social media, if you're on YouTube, you know the deal. If you like somebody, you hit subscribe, you give them a thumbs up, and maybe you ring the notification bell. I don't know. If you don't like them, you don't subscribe. And if you really didn't like the video, you give them a thumbs down, but I hope you have the decency to at least tell them why you gave it a thumbs down, because, you know, constructive criticism. I've run out of bullet points on my script, so I think I'm back to rambling, which I apologize for. But yeah, having an influx of 10 plus people subscribe in the past 2 weeks, week and a half, made me feel scared to be seen, because I literally visualize 10 pairs of eyes staring at me. Here's an odd thing. I used to have stage fright, and I feel like I still would have stage fright. I have just gotten used to talking to a camera. Like, I don't associate the camera with like a live audience. But if I was in front of 10 people as a live audience, I think I would clam up and stutter and everything I used to do. And I think that was why I freaked out last week, kept making excuses about filming my next video. I made so many excuses. Oh, I gotta edit for Nico. Oh, I gotta help him with the DIY project. Oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And I just kept putting it off. And then, I don't know what it was, this past weekend, I was just like, you need to get a video out. I don't remember what it was. I literally was just like, why am I so scared? And I just figured I would talk about it with you. I mentioned that I was already aware of the fear of being seen. I think I briefly mentioned it in my fear of failure video. In regards to the gym, I hate doing new exercises because I don't want to be seen. I don't want people to see me, notice me doing exercises. So, because this is, I think it's a slightly different take, I think this was a good realization for me, application, like recognizing it can take on different forms for different reasons. Does that even make sense? I don't know. I think this was a good chat. I think this was a good realization. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Hopefully next week I can do the video that I originally planned, which was another one of my life lessons learned kind of chats. So see you then.